There was a time when movies were marketed through trailers, posters, and interviews, where studios focused on selling audiences an exciting story, impressive visuals, or beloved actors. Today, the strategy has changed. Instead of appealing to the average moviegoer, Hollywood has shifted towards a new form of marketing, manufacturing controversy. More and more, studios rely on social media outrage, divisive headlines, and culture war debates to push their films into public discourse. The goal isn't to generate genuine excitement, but to ensure their movie trends, whether through backlash or praise. In the past, film marketing centered around trailers that highlighted the movie's plot, action sequences, or emotional beats. Magazines featured cast interviews discussing their experiences on set. Television spots showed behind the scenes footage to build intrigue. The focus was always on why audiences should be excited to see the movie. Today, Hollywood's promotional tactics look very different. Instead of selling audiences on the film's content, studios have turned into engagement farming, deliberately stirring controversy to generate online discourse. Actors and directors are encouraged to make inflammatory statements. Certain plot elements are exaggerated for social media debates, and studio-backed accounts lean into culture war narratives to keep people talking. This shift is not about making better movies, it's about maximizing social media engagement. Take the upcoming Snow White for example. Rather than marketing the film based on its visual storytelling or fresh interpretation of the classic fairy tale, Disney allowed leading actress Rachel Zegler's dismissive comments about the original Snow White to define the narrative. Instead of building excitement, these comments sparked backlash, turning what should have been a celebration of a classic remake into a battleground for online arguments. Similarly, Captain America Brave New World has generated more headlines about socio-political angles than about the return of Sam Wilson as the new Captain America. And then there's Star Wars, a franchise once defined by its rich storytelling, now reduced to an endless cycle of identity-driven marketing strategies that divide audiences rather than unite them in excitement for a new installment. The problem with controversy-based marketing is that while it may generate millions of online interactions, it rarely translates into box office success. Films like The Marvels and The Flash saw massive online discourse, but when the dust settled, their ticket sales didn't reflect their social media visibility. The reason is simple. Audiences weren't sold on the movie itself, they were only exposed to the controversy surrounding it. Contrast this with films that have been marketed the old-fashioned way on the merits of their story, cast, and cinematography. Oppenheimer was marketed as a gripping historical epic and delivered on that promise. John Wick 4 leaned into its reputation as an elite action film, giving audiences exactly what they expected. Dune focused on world building and spectacle, creating a sense of grandeur that pulled people into theaters. These films prove that engaging storytelling and traditional marketing still works. No outrage baiting was necessary, just a strong product and a smart promotional strategy. This reliance on fake discourse isn't just annoying, it's actively damaging to the industry. Audiences can sense when they are being manipulated. When studios prioritize engagement over substance, they erode trust, making it harder for future films to generate organic excitement. Instead of being remembered for their cinematography, storytelling, or performances, these movies are reduced to being that one film everyone argued about on Twitter. Furthermore, when every film relies on this tactic, it loses its impact. Manufactured culture war debates used to be an effective marketing tool because they were relatively rare, but now they are the default strategy for many studios. The result? Audiences have grown fatigued. If everything is a controversy, nothing feels like a genuine event anymore. So what is the solution? The answer is very simple. Just market your movie normally, bro. Hollywood needs to go back to traditional marketing. If a film is good, studios should focus on what makes it worth watching. If a film is bad, no amount of forced controversy will change that. The best way to generate real excitement isn't through divisive headlines, it's through compelling storytelling, stunning visuals, and strong performances. In the end, audiences don't want to see a movie because an actor made a controversial statement in an interview. They want to see a movie because it looks good. The industry needs to recognize this and move away from outrage farming as a promotional strategy. After all, if a film is truly worth watching, it shouldn't need controversy to sell itself. That's just my opinion anyways.